Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Nathan's truck sabotage mystery. All signs point to Dalton? General Hospital spoilers and updates tease that Nathan West's, Ryan Pavey, truck might have been tampered with, which puts Britt Westbourne's, Kelly Thibault, employer in jeopardy as a potential murder target. It's possible someone intended to eliminate Nathan from the equation. So let's analyze some key pieces of evidence. The mysterious big boss behind the scenes. There has been a lot of discussion regarding a mysterious figure who appears to be in charge, particularly in the eyes of Britt, Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota, and Professor Henry, Hank, Dalton, Daniel Goddard. Given Britt's comments and the apparent concern this boss has for her welfare, it seems logical to conclude that Nathan is the one pulling the strings. If Caesar Faison, Anders Hove, is truly as deceased as Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, thinks, then Nathan is the only viable alternative. Britt doesn't exactly have a plethora of admirers, so it's quite likely that her brother is indeed the one orchestrating everything. Naturally, this cold fusion initiative is a significant matter, along with any other secrets that have been concealed at the Five Poppies Resort. Whatever it is, it's extremely dangerous to have landed on the WSB's radar. The mere fact that this operation caught the attention of WSB indicates a significant level of risk and havoc. Given the high stakes involved, Nathan could have acquired some adversaries keen on eliminating him. It raises the question of whether Nathan's truck crash was truly an accident, particularly if someone tampered with his vehicle. With no other cars or victims present, the incident appears quite questionable. There's a chance that Nathan's brake lines were deliberately severed or his truck modified in another manner. It could be that someone opposed Nathan's intention to return to Port Charles and take charge of the project. Is Dalton behind the sabotage of Nathan's truck? This possible attempt on Nathan's life might have been a tactic to further complicate matters and contribute to the chaos that followed the Five Poppies Resort incident. On the other hand, Professor Dalton appears anxious about his ongoing involvement in this situation, particularly given that his progress has been sluggish and unimpressive. What if Dalton wanted to exit and realized that could only happen if the boss was eliminated first? Recently, Dalton received a phone call and confirmed he would be present to accept something, suggesting he might have been aware of Nathan's arrival. It's conceivable that Dalton was responsible for the truck sabotage if it indeed occurred. Regardless of the circumstances, someone could be attempting to send Nathan back to his grave. Port Charles has always been a town where secrets are currency, but the latest twist is fans buzzing. Nathan West's unexpected truck accident. While Nathan's shocking reappearance already shook the canvas, the sabotage of his vehicle hints that his return isn't just about reunions. It's about danger, betrayal, and a calculated attempt to silence him. A return shrouded in questions. When Nathan West reappeared in Port Charles, viewers were stunned. Long presumed dead after that fateful shooting, his survival raised questions. Where has he been, who kept him hidden, and why surface now? But just as fans began celebrating his second chance with Maxie and James, Nathan's truck malfunctioned in a way that didn't scream accident. Instead, it screamed sabotage. The brakes weren't just faulty, they were tampered with. And in true soap fashion, a mysterious set of fingerprints has only deepened the intrigue. Dalton's name surfaces. Enter Dr. Dalton, once an enigmatic figure tied to secret research projects, black market deals, and shady alliances. His presence in town has never sat right with Jason Morgan, Anna Devane, or Dante Falconeri. Now, whispers around Port Charles suggest Dalton may have been behind the truck sabotage, targeting Nathan before he could reveal damning secrets. Why Nathan? Because rumor has it Nathan's captivity overlapped with Dalton's experiments. If Nathan knows something about the doctor's underground work, Dalton would have plenty of motive to silence him before he talks. Jason's growing suspicion. Jason Morgan isn't the type to let a near-fatal accident slide without digging deeper. His instincts immediately told him the accident wasn't random. After all, Jason himself has been on the receiving end of more than one brake failure in his time. Sources say Jason's focus sharpens on Dalton when he learns the saboteur had medical knowledge. Only someone with experience in precision tampering could pull this off without leaving a trail. That points directly to Dalton, who already has a reputation for using his brilliance in sinister ways. Jason has vowed to protect Nathan, and by extension Maxie and James, even if it means taking Dalton down once and for all. Maxie's fear. For Maxie, Nathan's return was supposed to be a miracle. She finally had the husband she mourned for years, back in her arms. But joy quickly gave way to fear. Nathan barely escaped with his life, and now she's haunted by the thought that whoever tried once could try again.
Maxie confides in Felicia and Mac, worried that Nathan's return has put James in danger too.
If Dalton or another enemy is targeting Nathan, then their son could easily become collateral damage. Felicia urges Maxie to fight smart, lean on Jason, Dante, and Anna. But Maxie's motherly instincts push her toward one dangerous conclusion. If Dalton is behind this, she wants him stopped permanently. Dante in the middle. Nathan's half-brother Dante finds himself in the middle of this nightmare. On one hand, he's overjoyed that Nathan is alive, a brother he never thought he'd see again. On the other, Dante knows firsthand that Dalton is a man who covers his tracks meticulously. If Dalton is involved, pinning this on him won't be easy. Retracing Nathan's steps from captivity, piecing together scraps of intel Nathan remembers. The breadcrumbs seem to lead back to a covert facility where Dalton allegedly ran tests on unwilling subjects.
Could Nathan have been one of them?
And is Dalton now scrambling to clean up loose ends? Anna's warnings. Anna Devane, who's crossed paths with Dalton before, issues a stern warning. Underestimating him could prove fatal. She knows Dalton isn't just a rogue doctor. He's resourceful, manipulative, and well-connected. If Dalton did tamper with Nathan's truck, it's just the tip of a larger iceberg. Anna suspects Dalton may be involved in a bigger scheme, perhaps tied to Brennan's shadowy network or even the Cassadines. Her advice to Jason and Dante? Follow the money. Dalton always leaves a trail, even if he thinks he doesn't. Clues mount against Dalton. The evidence isn't direct, but it's damning. A payment trail. Sonny's contacts uncover that Dalton recently received a hefty sum from an anonymous account. The timing matches the days before Nathan's accident. A missing mechanic, the garage worker who last inspected Nathan's truck, suddenly disappears. Rumor has it he was on Dalton's payroll. A cryptic message. Spinelli uncovers a coded email linking Dalton to Project Perseus, a name Nathan vaguely remembers hearing during his captivity. All signs point to Dalton. But is he the mastermind, or just the pawn of a bigger player? Sonny gets pulled in. While Jason and Dante focus on gathering proof, Sonny Corinthos finds himself drawn into the fray. If Dalton is operating in Port Charles, Sonny views it as a threat not just to Nathan but to his entire family. Protecting his territory means making a choice. Let Jason handle it quietly or unleash his own brand of justice. Sonny leans toward the latter. But Maxie pleads with him not to escalate things. Violence could backfire and put Nathan in more danger. Still, Sonny doesn't make promises. He's lost too many loved ones to accidents. If Dalton thinks he can play games in Port Charles, he's got another thing coming. Nathan's memory flash. The most chilling turn comes when Nathan recalls a haunting detail. During his time in captivity, he overheard Dalton arguing with someone on the phone about unfinished experiments. The voice on the other end? Nathan swears it sounded familiar. Possibly even a Cassadine. If Nathan's memory is right, Dalton may not be working alone. This could be part of a bigger plot that makes the sabotage just a first strike. The cliffhanger. Spoilers tease that Jason corners Dalton in a tense confrontation at the Metro Court garage. But before Jason can extract answers, Dalton slips away, leaving behind only a chilling message scrawled on a notepad. Some miracles aren't meant to last. The words leave Maxie shaken, Jason furious, and Dante more determined than ever. What's next? The mystery of Nathan's truck sabotage has only just begun. Is Dalton acting on his own vendetta, or is he carrying out orders from a larger puppet master? Could a Cassadine, or even Brennan himself, be pulling the strings? For now, all roads lead back to Dalton, but in Port Charles, the truth is rarely that simple. One thing is certain, Nathan's second chance at life has placed him in the middle of a storm, and not everyone will make it out unscathed. Collision General Hospital spoilers conclusion. Nathan's sabotage mystery points squarely at Dalton, but as fans know, where there's one enemy in Port Charles, there are often many. The fallout promises danger, heartbreak, and a fight for survival that could change the West family forever.